Good morning. If you're not measuring your progress, let's face it, you're not really moving forward. You're probably stuck or still or overwhelmed. We're going to talk about measuring progress and why it's so important to you, your employees, your teammates, and everyone else on today's Antidote.
Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
Hey, Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Bob?
I'm good. I'm actually in a stationary indoor location today where there's good internet, God willing.
Excellent.
So this should be easy compared to yesterday. By the way, bravo for taking over yesterday and just rolling through there. It just proves once again to me that the Tom Brush show would have been perfectly fine.
Nah, I'd run out of things to say, and it's better to have the conversation, I think.
Running out of things to say. Wow, I've never experienced that for me.
Fair enough. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Antidote, our daily broadcast and podcast, where we'll have a discussion each week around a topic. And that topic this week is measuring progress. And as we go through that conversation, we welcome your thoughts and ideas on it. Please feel free to share it in the comments, whether you are watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or
LinkedIn Live.
Yes, LinkedIn Live. We welcome those thoughts and ideas, and we will respond to them and share them within our show if we are able. And at the end of the show, after following our conversation, Bob and I will each share our one thing, our today's antidote, that we hope might help you today or somewhere down the line as you try to take your next step along your own unique pathway to success. So please feel free to share that as we go through the conversation. And each morning, before we dive into our topic conversation, we share our celebrations. Bob, what are you celebrating today?
Yesterday, I played golf, as I think you may recall, and I got to really build a relationship with someone in our foursome. That's someone who's been really useful to some of the things I'm doing, and he's just a great guy. And it was fun to have a non-work kind of thing where we could just hang out and be just friendly. And he's just a super guy, and it was really uplifting. You know, it's nice when you can surround yourself in business with people that you like, that are the kinds of people that you can count on. And this is definitely one of those people.
I like it. Cool.
How about you?
I'm going to follow that theme as well. So yesterday, I'm actually out in Delaware at a lacrosse tournament. And yesterday...
You are?
I am.
I don't see lacrosse behind you.
Yeah, I know.
Did you finally buy the mobile vehicle that would take your office with you?
No.
Did we have the budget for that? I thought we talked about that in like year 7.
Well, we've got one. I should have given it to you yesterday, and then you could have had it with its own sort of built-in Wi-Fi, and we'd have been in better shape.
You're like John Madden was.
Correct.
In the Madden-mobile.
Yes.
The Brush-mobile.
Yes. So yesterday we had to deal with some rain and a delay, which meant that rather than being done at 5, we had to come back and restart the second set of games and then have 2 games after that. And again, many of the officials are here, some staying, some not. And, you know, their willingness to stick around and really do what needed to be done to make sure that the event went off the way that the organizers wanted it. And I think, you know, that I continually am reminded of how fortunate I am to be a part of this community of women's lacrosse officials and what they're willing to do to support the efforts that we're trying to achieve. So I'm very thankful for that and celebrating that.
And it's great for you to have that opportunity, especially in the summer. You know, sports is such a great foundation to build a life on. So it's really valuable.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
All right. So let's dive in to measuring progress, why it matters. Do you want to kick this off?
I do. So I think the first thing to really think about is It matters to me because if I'm not measuring progress, I'm not sure that I'm really doing anything. It's really easy to be stationary, right? Inaction is easiest. Checking my email, buying more office supplies, checking Amazon to see what's in their Prime sale that's coming up in a couple weeks. I can find a lot of reasons, binging the next Netflix series. I can find a lot of reasons not to work. And I think most of us can, especially at this time of year. My kids need me. We don't have daycare, vacations in a couple days. And I think measuring our progress each day is really critical. In fact, I would argue that measuring our progress each day more than once during the day is really essential. I like to take stock of it in the morning. What am I trying to accomplish today? At noontime, at lunchtime, what have I accomplished? At the end of the day, what have I accomplished? What progress have I made? And not just, did I get the proposal out to the person? Did I get the invoices done? But sometimes it's, did I change my attitude about this? Did I, was I positive in all my discussions this morning? It can be a lot of factors. It's not just, did I make more money today? In fact, I find that more and more, the less I worry about making more money each day and the more I worry about doing the things that I can control, the money will find me.
Yeah, I like
What
that.
do you think to all that?
No, I like it. And I'm going to start off with yesterday, your sister Beth, who's a loyal follower of our show, made a comment about how sometimes she gets frustrated and then doesn't continue. And as I was replying to that this morning, I got thinking, it's interesting. I think we get frustrated because we feel like we haven't achieved our goal. And we forget to stop and take a moment to go back and look at how far we've actually come from where we started. And I think that if we were able to do that, we would see how far we have come and continue going and not be as frustrated. That we could still say, yes, I see I'm not where I really wanted to be. And yet we might also understand that I've made a lot of progress towards where I'm going. And I think that ability to stop and take a moment, whether it's like you said, all throughout the day or throughout different courses of the time by which you're trying to achieve a goal, that we're able to discover that we actually have made progress and that there is an opportunity for us to continue to move forward. And I think that that's just a really different perspective that a lot of people don't think. We think, well, I'm not there yet and I'm never going to get there, rather than, holy cow, look how far I've come, which would give me motivation to keep going.
I was talking to someone yesterday who had started a company 3 years ago, and he said it's not doing really well. And I was like, oh, really? What's going on? And he's telling me, and he's got all kinds of stuff going on. He's got 40 employees and he's got all these great things. He's got contracts. He's got government stuff going on. I'm like, excuse me. That sounds really impressive for 3 years. He's like, no, but my goal is this. And I said, but look how far you've come. And you could just see as he finally took a second to digest that, a smile came over his face. Like, oh, you're right. I mean, I think of this podcast and this broadcast. We've come so far over what? Almost 3 years? 2 years?
2.5, not even 2.5.
Okay. But when we started the first day, it was nothing like this. There wasn't
Sure.
a background. They didn't match. We didn't have a topic of the week. We didn't have a format. We just sort of were winging it.
Yes.
And over time, it evolved to something that I'm really proud of and that reflects what we're trying to do. And I don't think we could have done it on the first day, no matter how much we may have wanted to. And nor do I think it's in every way the best that we can do. I think there's opportunity for us to continue to progress. And I think that's the thing that we really have to think about is as you're measuring progress, it's not how far you haven't come, it's how far you have come.
Sure.
Which is what our
that's
celebrations each day really are about, right? Hey, celebrate something that happened for you that wouldn't have happened otherwise. So you could say, hey, wow, at least this good thing happened. Because then it sets the stage for, well, if you think of one great thing that happened, maybe you'll find 2 or 3 or 4. And before you know it, those great things outweigh the, well, I'm not a billionaire yet. Yeah, okay.
Or they may not outweigh them. They just may be the point to say, yet. That the key phrase in that is yet. That I'm still on a pathway that could happen. I'm just not there yet, and there's more work to be done. And I think that so often in our society today, we want it all to be done immediately. We want that immediate gratification of achieving our goal exactly when we set it, not having any idea of what was to come in the time between when we set the goal and when we actually maybe thought we would try to achieve it. A lot of things can happen. And I think that that's also a way to, understand that you may need to adjust when you are going to achieve your goal based on what you have learned. And you won't know that unless you start measuring it and seeing that not that I'm not going to still try to achieve it by the date that I set for the goal. And there's the opportunity that it's not moving the way I necessarily thought. And so this is an opportunity for us to say, okay, and it could all change tomorrow. Tomorrow, something big could happen that will explode and you're able to achieve the goal when you thought, or maybe before. And yet you don't know that unless you keep taking steps. So Bob, I'm going to interrupt here for a second because I forgot my power cord, something I can do differently. And I'm afraid my computer is going to go to sleep. So let's dive into what's your one thing for today.
I think my one thing is that when we talk about why it matters to measure progress, it's hard to bake a cake and never check it. If you just do 45 minutes in an oven and pull it out, odds are not real good that cake's going to be cooked really well. You have to put the little thing in and figure out, is it still sticking to it and all that? I think it's the same with what we do. You've got to measure progress. How about you?
I would agree. I would say that my thing is that don't think about how far you have to go. Think about how far you have come. And the only way you can do that is if you measure your progress. And so with that, folks, sorry for the shortened edition.
I kind of like it. I got to say, I like it short and sweet.
If you have any thoughts or ideas you'd like to share, please feel free to put them in the comments. Or you can join us inside our Ring of Renegades Facebook group, where we're talking about this topic all week long. And you can share your thoughts and ideas that might help someone take their next step along their own unique pathway to success. So we hope to see you there, or we'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time, for our next episode of Today's Antidote. Have a great day.
Embrace the renegading you. Wow, that was quick.
That was quick. Feels odd, and it feels good.
Have
a great day, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to Today's Antidote, powered by the Renegade Success Network. The Renegade Success Network helps you confidently create your own unique pathway to success. To learn more about the Renegade Success Network and how you can take your next step, follow us on Twitter, connect on LinkedIn, or join the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. For full details on how you can join our community, go to renegadesuccessnetwork.com. Embrace the renegade in you.